Hello viewers, Media J2K here again with the part 4 in my recent eBay haul loose series of videos. There's one more video to go, and that's going to be the Cobras that came in that haul. And here we're talking about the rock and roll figure, the first classified version of rock and roll. I was thinking of doing a comparison with the retro one, but every time I try and set that up, things just always fall out of place. So I'm thinking I'm just going to do this figure and we'll call it good for now. One day I may do that retro figure, but this is a cool looking figure as it is. I didn't think I'd like it as much, but seeing it in person here and now having set it up again with all his gear and looking at the artwork on his arms, this is a cool looking figure. So the retro one is, all the original retro green. The M60 has the black stands instead of the green that matches his shirt or pants. The helmet is green, but I don't think it says Hang 10, and it doesn't have the color earmuffs there. Are they earmuffs or are they headphones? This is the same helmet that was just in the Airborne video last week, but it's a little bit more customized because he wrote the Hang 10 on it. And the clip for the night goggles is not as deep, so I don't think the night vision goggles will fit on this helmet. They will not stay in place. But everything else I think is the exact same. As you can see, the detail there, very similar to Airborne's. And I just put Airborne away, so I don't remember if Airborne had the pack on the back of his helmet like Rock and Roll does. But this is a cool helmet, and this is cool color work on the. I like the off-white bottom with the green top. And again, like I said, the artwork on the arms. It's impressive on one hand. I know people are complaining about Lenny gave us a lot of tattoos, which seem unnecessary. Maybe. But think about it. Someone's got to design the tattoo, and then they got to get it approved, and then they got to form it onto the figure and see if it works. And in that seeing it works, if it doesn't, they have to adjust it to work better on the figure. So is it too much? Probably. But does it look good? I think so. And let's look at Rock and Roll's head sculpt here. They did a really good job with his dirty blonde hair. Let's see if we can see that. See that? He's got the blonde and he's got the brown streaks in there, kind of similar to Chris Hemsworth, right, in the later Avengers movies. In the first Thor movie, his hair was like bright blonde, but then in the later movies, they made it more natural looking. So this, is good. His beard is really sharp too. I like that. And no graying, so good for him. He's a low rank. So the one thing G.I. Joe seemed to always get wrong is these guys were mostly E4s and E5s. Ambush was an E3. That's like 18, 19, 20 years old. 21 at the oldest, right? I'm thinking. But these guys always look like they were in their late 20s, early 30s, all of them. Now, Duke was supposed to look older because Master Sergeants, E8s, they've been in the military for more than a decade by that point. Closer to 2 decades, so they need to look older. But, these E4s and E5s, they need to still look young. So, so it's good that Rock and Roll doesn't have any gray hair. That's why it's funny. I have the Tiger Force Outback classified. I haven't opened him yet, but he's all gray. But even on his file card from the Action Force days when they made that figure in Europe, I think his file card kept him at the same rank as Outback was when he came out in 1987. I think it was as an E4 or 5, whatever Outback's rank was. He looked his age kind of in the U.S. version, but then in the Tiger Force European version, with the gray hair, obviously he was too young to have all that gray hair, unless he had a huge traumatic experience while serving in the regular GI Joe team before joining Tiger Force, which could have happened. Which could have happened. This is the military, but you know you don't see that in real life. Soldiers come back with trauma and their hair doesn't turn gray like Outback. So yeah, you know the gray looks good with the uniform, but doesn't match his rank. So they could have, you know, upped his rank there. All right, so this M60 is really cool. It's one of the older ones that they used during the Vietnam conflict. The newer ones that you saw, I think the first time on screen were in Rambo, right? The one where he shoots up the command center. That's the second Rambo movie. He's got the shorter M60s, and that M60 is what came with the, even downscaled, it came with the Ostriker, the classified Ostriker. It's got that model, but I think they made it too small even. So this, you can see, is I think the right size. The right size, and you got to be a strong guy to do it. So could a surfer do it? No, I've never seen muscle-bound surfers quite like rock and roll. But, you know, he went to the gym and he surfed. He did both. That's why he's able to carry the M60 in one hand. All right. I like his pants. Like I said, he's got the double jointed pinless knees. He's got the shin twist with his boots. His boots are really good. They got the shin guard there. That's nice. So he could dig in pretty good and not have to worry about, like he could start running through foliage and not have to worry about getting swiped in the leg and falling over because of sharp pain, because this thing's there. This leather shield, I guess, if you want to call it, does look like leather. But look at that. Look at that. I can't do that with many classified figures. And these boots are really good. They got the tread on the bottom. Can we get that in frame? There you go. Right. And from the top, a lot of times these classified boots look like, well, I was going to say, on film you can't see, but in person, they do kind of look like they could be on either foot. I think the feet, the boots, the shoes, whatever, not the feet, not the bare feet, like Quick Kick and Pythona, they kind of have bare feet, so they have to be made correctly. But the boots always kind of look like they could be on either foot. They make them pretty simple. But like you could tell, the shape of the boot looks like it could be on either foot. But there's this design on the side there. They kind of look Velcro. I don't think it's Velcro. I think it's straps that cover the laces. But there's like a patch there on this side. It's hard to see. There's that patch. And that patch is not on the other side of the boot. So these are right and left boots. And they're on the right foot. Oh, it's really hard to see. They're a little bit better. Okay, the knee pad is nice. The ab crunch, he's got very good mobility in the ab crunch. The waist turns pretty good. The legs are pretty typical. The hip twist on both legs. He's got the side holster with the sidearm, but no suppressor because rock and roll is supposed to be loud. Now, had they given him like a, that does look a little bit more than a, maybe it is a bigger round than a 9mm in there, so it'll make some noise. Maybe, but the M60 will make all the noise it needs to. They don't send rock and roll in if they need to be quiet. They send rock and roll in if they need to wear down the enemy. Right? He comes with more than enough ammo to keep in the fight. So we're not worried. He's got an ammo on his left wrist gauntlet, ammo across his chest, ammo in the rifle, and the ammo pack fell off before. But he's got the ammo pack, and I don't know if it's supposed to go. See, I kind of miffed that hole. I put it in that hole, but it's not supposed to because this is not a round, it's a peg, a rectangular peg. But his belt has 2 slots. The radio has a round, so I put that on the side here so he can get that quickly if he needs to. And I put the ammo pack in the back there, but it fell out because it's really not supposed to be in there. The ammo pack has these clips on the side here that fit into the M60, but this one in the back, I don't know where that's supposed to fit into. It doesn't fit in his backpack, obviously. So we'll have to see. And it doesn't fit on the helmet either, right? There's nowhere to put it on the helmet. So I don't know why it has that extra part in there. But this is how you fit it onto the rifle. On the left side of the rifle, well, let's take the strip out. On the left side of the rifle, you push it into those 2 holes that were there that you saw before I pushed in the case. So if you're going to have the ammo pack, Rock and Roll can only hold the M60 in his left hand. If you don't have the ammo pack, then he can put it in his right hand with his right fist. Now, like I said in the first video, I think he was missing a fist. I spoke to the seller, and the seller couldn't find... it's either a closed fist or a flat hand that comes with this Rock and Roll for the right hand. But he couldn't find it, so the seller refunded me some money because of that, and the another figure was missing some pieces. It wasn't just Rock and Roll. It was Alpine. Alpine was missing the magazine. All right, so he does have another trigger fist with the same tattoo, so they kept up with that consistency. Man, everything's out of focus. No good, no good. All right, so Rock and Roll just doesn't want to be filmed. I guess that's it. That's it. That's why I can't get him with his retro version. But this overall is a really good figure. The belt is really good. There's nothing to need to take off here. Like, just let him go. Let him go. The ammo belts here on his chest. Maybe if you take off his head, you could slide them out one by one carefully without tearing them. But I think the look of the figure is to have the ammo belt across his chest, so go for it. All right, thanks to those of you that like, share, and subscribe. Thanks to those of you that watch my videos. And thanks for watching today. And if you're still watching, please write Hang 10 and Yo Joe.